Smarter Fan. Smarter Fan. Good. Yeah. Smarter Fan.
Hey everybody, welcome to another segment of Smarter Fan Podcast, where we bring you behind the veil of sports, business, and life. I'm Joe, and this is Barry. How you doing, Barry?
Man, I feel great. I feel wonderful. Even though my Cowboys lost, but I ain't surprised because it's what I expected. When you have Eberflus, your DC. Anyway, I'm feeling good because we got a special guest. You're gonna enjoy this, Smarter Fan family. I found something that you did not think exists.
And that is?
What that is an undelusional Cowboy fan.
Okay.
Think about that. Oh, I had to dig long and hard to find this one, Joe.
Oh, we're around. We're around.
We're hanging out someplace, huh?
So, anyway, I just want to give a shout out to Poland and Romania. Thank you, folks, for tuning in to us, and we much appreciate it. But so
Poland and Romania.
Yeah,
we done gone super global. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So, how you kicking off tonight? What you got going? What you got cooking?
I want to make my observations about the Jets-Bucks game. Now,
I was waiting on that.
I mean, the Bucks came into the game all banged up on their offensive line, and it showed because they had 14 penalties for 124 yards. So, now the Jets had 7 penalties for 81 yards themselves,
Yeah.
So, it was just crazy. It was the offenses. Yeah, I mean they were all right, but the defenses stepped up. Baker was scrambling, and Tyrod Taylor was running for his life. He got sacked 4 times.
Really? Okay.
Now the Jets were basically sleepwalking through this game for the first 3 quarters, and then they came to life in the fourth quarter. Being down 23-6. They staged a comeback, but by that time the defense was gassed. And Baker just marched down the field and got them in field goal range, and that was the ball game, and they won 29-27.
Wow. So what happened to Justin Fields? He got hurt?
Yeah, he's in concussion protocol.
Oh, wow. Oh, okay. Oh, wow.
Now, Baker said that this was personal because the Jets' defensive coordinator, Steve Wilks, he was the head coach in Carolina when he cut Baker.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, so some bad blood there.
So he said this was personal.
That's Baker. That's Baker, though. That's Baker. He don't forget. He don't forget.
So
no, Coach Wilks is a great coach. He just hasn't gotten an opportunity. I don't know why, but he's a great coach.
Yeah, well, he did that stint in Carolina, and that was it.
Yeah, and we see where Carolina is, right? I can't make this stuff up, Joe. I just can't.
No, but so now the Jets are 0-3. So
that's what we're gonna be.
And Glenn is trying to say, "Oh, well, this ain't the same old Jets." Yeah, you are.
Well, this is what his first year. Yeah, it's going to be those growing pains, and we're going to see how it all ends up. I mean, if they end up 500, it's not bad. Yeah, they're heading in the right direction.
Yeah. Well, that's what they're saying. All of these games that they've lost, they were really close games. They're calling them moral victories.
Well, if you got nothing in the tank, you gotta find something.
Yeah, but the
And
Jets
that's what
fans ain't hearing that though.
Listen, we've been hearing that most of our lives, and we've been on this planet a little bit.
Uh-huh.
Right? So, anyhow, I mean, when you got to go back and look at Joe Willie winning a Super Bowl to get hyped up about the Jets, you know it's bad.
Yeah.
You know it's bad. You know it's bad. You
So,
can't make it up. So, yeah, man. What else you got cooking?
well, I understand we have a guest.
We have a special guest. We don't just have a guest. We have a special guest. As I said, it's hard to find undelusional Cowboy fans, but I found one. Hiding in Dallas, what you and I, Joe, would call a super fan. And we're going to actually brand him as the undelusional Cowboy fan because he's got some hilarious, some funny, some insightful ways of how to look at the Cowboy franchise. I mean, this guy has done the tailgate, season ticket holder, merch. Airbnbs for Dallas. I mean, he's done the gamut. He's like what you'd call literally a super fan. So with no further ado, we're going to bring on Reggie, our undelusional Cowboy fan tonight. Hey, sir, how are you? We can't hear you. I don't know if you're still on mute.
Oh yeah, that's the technical difficulties. Something about those Cowboy haters trying to mess with my audio. Come on now. Joe and Barry, how's it going today?
Oh man, we're excited to have you, man. We're excited to have you. I was telling the guys all about you, and so, hey, Joe, I know you got some questions. I got a million, but go ahead, Joe.
Well, first of all, I want to say all my cousins are Eagles fans, so I'm catching hell.
Oh yeah, so okay. You guys are the smarter fans, so you got the smarter guests.
There we go. There we go.
That's it.
So, how did you become a Cowboy fan?
Well, it started back in the early '80s. Playing Pop Warner football, and you always get the players that you like. I always wanted to be a cornerback like Everson Walls. Back in the days, I know everybody can take it back in those days, right? So back in those days, that's when I started, like the late '70s, early '80s, in a sense. And as it pulled up, I just fell in love with the star and stayed with it, man. And my favorite cousin, he was a Pittsburgh fan, and one of my other closest cousins was a Redskin fan. So I always had rivals every week. So Super Bowls, championships, all of that, and the star just stuck with me. Of course, I'm from the Hampton Roads area of Virginia, close to the DMV. Most of the people out there are Washington Redskins fans.
Right.
But of course now we call them the Commanders, but we're just going back in the days. So I'm just going to refer to them as the Redskins back in the 80s. And of course, Cowboys versus the Redskins was the thing, right? It was the thing. Everybody remember that, I remember we used to watch the football games with our toy helmets, the Halloween costume helmets on, under the TV with the helmets on. And then 15 years later, we played Madden with the helmets on. Pittsburgh Steelers, the real helmets, playing Madden video games. So ever since then, just watching them lose and still supporting the star. Then, of course, the 90s teams came, and hey, that star just got bigger and bigger. And just following not just the fandom part, but just the business part of it. That was exciting as well. So the late 70s, early 80s is when it started.
Yeah, well, a guy I grew up with played on the Redskins during that time, so he used to break my heart.
Oh yeah. Yeah, man. We had some tough games back there. We had the Redskins had what? In the 80s, the fastest man in the NFL, Darryl Green. I've always been fascinated with cornerback, so that's always been my position to follow.
Yeah.
So
y'all may not know that I just got an article the last week that the old site of RFK has been approved for their new stadium.
Right. Yeah, I heard that too.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. And I think the Redskin name is coming back. Yeah, I think it's coming back. I think that was all foolishness of the Snyder regime trying to make something new. And we saw how that worked out. So yeah, they're going
Man,
back to the old
people
site.
are real sensitive now, Barry. People real sensitive. I don't think they're going to bring that back.
Well,
That's just my opinion. We'll see.
no.
People real sensitive now.
Well, it's
Real
interesting
sensitive.
because
Mhm.
a lot of the Indian tribe, the Indian chief, all the people who were part of naming them the Redskins are
Mhm.
like, we don't know who you're talking to, but we're very proud to be part of the Redskin organization. Because even the logo
Okay.
is from one of their chiefs.
Mhm.
They created it.
Okay.
So I really think it was really a smear campaign by Schneider trying to put his own personal print on the organization. And, anyway,
Yeah.
enough of
We'll
him.
see.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
We'll
See.
So how would you rate your fan experience at the stadium?
My fan experience at the stadium started off in 2006.
Mm-hmm.
2006. So, of course,
So what?
I was living in the. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. No, was that when they were
Yeah.
in Irvin still?
Yeah, we were still in Irvin.
Okay,
We was
yeah,
living in Virginia in 2005, and I had to campaign to get my family to move to Texas. Right? If you ask my wife right now, she said I came to Texas for the Cowboys and barbecue. Cowboys and barbecue. So I had the campaign. So I was like, look, me and my son, little Reggie, we're gonna go to Cowboy games every week. I'm gonna put my daughter into the Cowboy cheerleader camp. She did that 2 years ago, and then we're gonna get emerged. We're gonna immerse ourselves in that lifestyle. And enjoy all the exciting amenities that I dreamed about when I was younger. So, I got to say, the 10 it has to be a 10. When I got season tickets, it was all about family the first year. Like no one went with me and my family, me and my daughter, me and my wife,
Uh-huh.
me and my cousin from out of town, me and my best friend, me and my son,
Right.
me and my son. So that's how we use the tickets on that first year. Is just like, hey, we're gonna all really experience this and
Right.
see
Yeah.
what you see on TV. All the wild guys.
Mm-hmm.
Cowboys
Yeah.
with the face paint and the big glasses and in the pilgrimage to the stadium. It's literally a pilgrimage. You're walking through interstates. It's not like the
Yeah.
new stadium where you got a nice little Wizard of Oz type walking and they got bands playing music and cheerleaders and you got free
Wow.
sodas and free energy drinks. No, it was like where we're parking
Yeah.
at. We got to walk through a path. We walking under two interstates. It was just literally crazy. So it was a pilgrimage, and on winning days, it was great going back to the car. But on the days that we lost, it was
Yeah. Oh, I can imagine. I can imagine.
It's so many different analogies I want to use as far as that walk, but I'm not going to use it. Like I said, the world is sensitive. The world is sensitive.
Well, I've been to the new stadium, and I got to go on a tour of the Star.
Right.
And that was nice. It was really nice. Some friends of mine and my wife hooked it up for me. So we did get to meet Uncle Jed and his son.
Okay.
So, but it was an experience.
So I would tell people who, like since 2009 when the stadium was built, everybody, no matter who your team was, wanted to come to the Cowboys Stadium to watch him play because it's such an amazing stadium, right? It was the first of all of the mega ultra stadiums. Like now we got one in LA, got one in Vegas, we got one in Minneapolis. All of them are nice, cost a little more, but we know that one that wears the star on the side is the first. And it was an attraction. So if you was like, man, I'm gonna see the Cowboys. If you live in New York, it was like, nah, I'm going to Dallas to watch the Cowboys beat up on New York. That's just how it was. Tampa Bay, no, I'm going to Dallas to watch the Cowboys beat up on Tampa. So it was just a true vibe. Me and my son was fortunate enough to be at the first game when literally it was the largest attendance, I think like 135,000 people. It'll never be that high again because it was like something as far as like the fire marshal came in and said, no, you can't be that to that capacity. It's like you're going to, you're filling up the room and flooding over. So me and my son was fortunate enough to go to the first game. Even though we lost, it was a good one against the Giants. But it's just a great experience just to see him come up in that fandom and stay undelusional before he was undelusional before I even was. Like, yeah, we're gonna beat him. He was like, Dad, come on now. Look what this team did. I'm like, all right.
Yeah,
I kind of see your point now.
So far, the Giants are the only team Dak can beat.
Yeah, that's it. That's so far. That's what it seems like. All right.
So what is your assessment of the team and the organization right now?
Well, the team and the organization, people may not think that we're in a rebuilding stage, but that's what we are in. I don't think Jerry in the back office is thinking Super Bowl now. But of course, the delusional fans is going to say, what? We're going to win a Super Bowl every year, right? So that's understandable. But I really think that we're in a building stage. We trade off our best defensive player, Michael Parsons, to somebody in the NFC, which I'd never really agree with. Never.
No,
the team that whooped us, the team that kicked us out the playoff 2 years ago. Come on now, who does that? Right.
Well, I have a theory about that, but that's another story.
Yeah, that's different. But it was a smart business move. Some say they're comparing it to the same thing that they did with Herschel Walker, way back in the days. They literally gave away Herschel Walker to get half of the team. So we're picking up some draft picks. We got some good draft picks on our as well, so we can rebuild what we needed. Like now, we're going to definitely need it on the defense. Our defensive backs aren't looking good, that's. No. I'm literally thinking that we're going to probably, I call it a Jason Garrett. You know what that is? The 8-8 or something. That's what I'm seeing.
Yeah, if we're lucky.
And that's my undelusional theory. But Barry, you may have something else to say about that. What do you think about it?
Reg, you give a perspective that I didn't consider, because I didn't initially agree with the Herschel Walker comment that Jerry made. But you know what? Yep, you're right. We are in a rebuild.
Oh, definitely.
We are in a rebuild.
We just don't have Jimmy to do the building, though.
Yeah, well, you took the words out of my mouth, Joe. Yeah, we're in a rebuild. And so, it does make sense now that you said that, Reg, that they did what they did with Michael Parsons, because they're not there. You know what I mean? It's going to take 2 or 3 more seasons, hopefully, to get there, but we're not there. So thank you. That's why we brought you on the show, Reg. That's why we put you on the show.
I think the coaching is questionable, but that's,
No, well, I think that's part of the rebuild, quite honestly. Eberflus is not the answer.
No.
I love Schott, but Schott is a Jason Garrett. He's not going to get you over the hump. He's not his dad. You know what I mean? I don't hate the guy, but if we look at all the coaches except Parcells that Jerry hired, they're all Jason Garrett.
Well, all of those coaches were just happy to get the damn job.
Well, you proved my point.
Right? Ever since Barry Switzer, the only one was Tuna. He was like, no, it's going to go my way, my way or the highway, And that's the same thing. You have to think about Tuna built the perfect Cowboy team that we went. We was the NFC East champions, and we was the NFC champions.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then he wasn't there the next year to finish that team. So of course we would have. He built the team and then he left. If he would have stayed one more year, we would have had that championship.
Well, I think my theory is that, and this is just my opinion, that Jerry crammed T.O. down his throat, and he just bided his time and walked away.
Okay. Well, I think, in my opinion, I think that has something to do with it. But again, I think it was PSTD on Jerry's part, because I think he started to see that Parcells was kind of the second coming of Jimmy.
Yeah.
I think that's why he tried to force T.O. down his throat so that he could say, that's my guy. I had a role in the success, which he's been trying to do for 30 plus years. And it backfired because Tuna's not that kind of guy. You brought me here to win. This is how I win. Let me do that.
Right.
You know, you can take all the credit. I don't care. But again, like last week when they won on that field goal, who's in the locker room, you know, shaking players' hands and hamming up. I like bruh, you signed the checks. It's your team. You know, come on.
So
You know,
that's never going to change. We got to understand that Jerry Jones is when he bought that tean, he considered himself the star. He is the brand. So no one will ever be bigger than the brand. No player, nobody can ever be bigger than the brand. Because when that player leaves, he don't want to take a part of. He don't want them to take a part of the star with them. Like say for instance, like let's look at Tom Brady. Let's look at Tom Brady, right? Tom Brady was the New England Patriots.
Yeah,
He became that brand. And when he left, what happened to the New England Patriots? Nobody
don't even tune in, bro. They don't even tune in.
But no matter, it's still Cowboys NFL. That's 100% true. Let me tell you about this. This is something that I noticed last year, right? Through the whole NFL Super Bowl week off, it was Blue Town. It's funny. On Fox, it was Blue Town. Look at the commentators. They had on blue. The lady had on a blue and gray dress. They had the Cowboy commercials. And then who did they pay the most attention to? They gave tribute to Jimmy Johnson, right?
Yeah.
You remember that?
You're right.
During the Super Bowl time, Cowboys not in the playoff, but how did they get viewers? Oh, yeah. This is right before the playoffs and everything. Let's bring Jimmy Johnson.
Right. You're absolutely right.
We're gonna give him the ring of honor, right? We're gonna talk about his whole story. You know, I mean, come on now.
You're right.
We're going into we're not even in the Super Bowl. So is the Cowboys NFL in that same sense? It's hard to say. I got pictures. I was like, even before I thought, I was like, hold on, what she got on? Took my phone, snap, Cowboy commercial, snap. Oh, everybody. And then in a sense, I also look at it from this point.
Well, I can say this.
If you look at all the largest they come from, that ever since Don Meredith.
Yeah, Danny Don.
Don Meredith. Troy Aikman, Tony Romo, the Moose.
Yeah.
Like, come on now. Cowboys are all over. So that's a good transition because when you're in Dallas and right when you walk into that star, them lights are on you. They're getting you ready for that camera. And nobody can handle it. And of course, who's going to be the next? Dak Prescott. Believe me, he's going to be the Fox, NBC, YouTube, Amazon, whoever got NFL, Dak's going to be a commentator. Think about it. That's how it goes. We a part of it is the Cowboys NFL, man. And that's not delusional.
No.
Those are facts.
Those are facts. Listen, man, Joe, I told you I had to go deep in Frisco to find this Undelusional. And he's more, man, listen. Man, Reggie, man, we can't thank you enough for coming on. This is Smarter Fan family. This is just part 1A. Reggie's going to be a regular as much as we can get him. You've never heard these perspectives, these insights for someone who's not in Dallas. He in the stadium, in the locker room. He's an insider. So this is going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have him on. And Reggie, I can't thank you enough.
Yeah.
And welcome to the family. And we're just going to have a lot of fun with this and with you this season, going and seeing how far we go and what happens and all the stuff happening throughout the league. You know, anything else, Joe?
I think he summed it up.
Well, as we say on Smarter Fan Podcast, Joe,
stay in the game.
Stay in the game. See you next week, folks, and have a good evening. Bye-bye now.
Smart Fan.